Compton, California, a city known for gang violence and drug dealing, is for many the graveyard of dreams. But for Kendrick Lamar, it's where his dream began. Bang! The sound of a gunshot breaks through the night sky and echoes through the streets of Kendrick's neighborhood. He stood by the window and peeked out through the tattered curtains to see a group of young people fleeing quickly and a man down on the side of the road. It was the first time Kendrick had witnessed a shooting, and his heart was pounding, his palms sweaty. "Mom, why can't we just move out of here?" 10-year-old Kendrick asked, hugging his mother. His mother sighed, gently stroked his head, and said, "Son, we don't have a choice. But you have a choice, and you can use your talents to change that." Those words were etched in Kendrick's heart. From that day on, he began to write down every scene on the street in a notebook. Gang fights, neighborhood conversations, the sound of police sirens. He didn't know what would become of these words, but he knew that this was his way of talking to the world. One day in 2001, 15-year-old Kendrick followed his father to a neighborhood in Los Angeles. The filming of Tupac and Dr. Dre's classic music video, California Love, was underway. Kendrick stood at the back of the crowd and watched Tupac, dressed in leather and standing on a low rider, perform with confidence. The music was deafening, and everyone in the crowd was mesmerized by Tupac's charisma. "Dad, is that Tupac?" Kendrick asks, a look in his eyes. Kendrick asked, his eyes filled with admiration. "Yes, son, he's a true legend," Dad replied, with a hint of emotion in his voice. In that moment, Kendrick felt an unspeakable power. He thought to himself, if he can change so many people with his music, maybe I can too. When he got home, Kendrick closed his door and started writing songs in Tupac's style. His first lyrics, about the streets of Compton, were tender, but full of truth and emotion. He practiced over and over, rapping in front of a mirror until his voice stopped trembling, until every word moved him. In high school, Kendrick began competing in local music competitions. His lyrics were so profound and powerful that they moved the judges in the audience. After one of the contests, a local music producer approached him and handed him a business card that said, "Son, you've got a talent that shouldn't be underestimated. If you want, I can help you record some songs." The opportunity gave Kendrick hope. He released a few mixtapes under the name K-Dot and gradually made his mark on the Compton underground. And in 2009, his talent caught the attention of Top Dog Entertainment, who signed him to a deal. "You know what? You're the chosen one," Top Dog founder Anthony Tiffith told him. "Your music can change the world, but only if you believe in yourself." These words became Kendrick's motto. He began to dedicate himself to creating music that would tell the story of Compton, the story of the neglected. In 2012, Kendrick released his second album, Good Kid, MEA'd City. The album has been described as a musical movie that tells the story of growing up in Compton from the perspective of a teenager. The song Swimming Pools Drank explores the dangers of alcohol abuse, while Money Trees reflects the tension between poverty and desire. The album was a huge success, but the pressures that came with it left Kendrick feeling out of breath. He began to question himself, can I really handle this? Can I take on the responsibility of changing the world? In 2015, he released his third album, To Pimp a Butterfly. It's an experimental work that combines elements of jazz, soul, and funk, exploring profound issues such as racism, identity, and self-redemption. The song All Right became the unofficial anthem of the Black Lives Matter movement, inspiring countless people. However, in the course of writing the song, Kendrick fell into depression. He once confessed in an interview, "Sometimes I feel like I'm getting crushed. I was afraid of failing, afraid of letting down the people who believed in me." But in the end, he chose to face all this with music. On his album, he sings, "If God wills it, we'll be all right." These lyrics became his belief and the hope of countless listeners. In 2017, Kendrick released his fourth album, Damn. The album was more personalized, exploring themes of sin, redemption, and destiny. The song Humble quickly became a global hit with its powerful beat and poignant lyrics. Damn made Kendrick the first hip-hop artist to win the Pulitzer Prize for music. At the award ceremony, the judges said of his work, Kendrick Lamar's music captures the complexity of the modern African-American community and transforms it into a unique and powerful art form. When Kendrick took the stage to receive his award, His eyes were filled with gratitude. "It's not a win for me, it's a win for the whole hip-hop culture," he says. "I hope my music shows people that our stories deserve to be heard and our voices deserve to be honored." Despite his numerous accolades, Kendrick didn't stop there. He began to explore more art forms, such as film and literature, in an attempt to tell stories in a different way. He once said, "Music is my beginning, but not my end. I want to use my voice to make the world a better place." Today, Kendrick's music has transcended the realm of hip-hop and has become a cultural phenomenon. Each of his songs is a mirror that reflects social injustice and human complexity. His voice reminds us that even in the darkest of realities, we can find hope and use our stories to change the world.